Welcome to
Hi.
Terrifyingly Beautiful.
We're here again.
I'm Dave Robert.
And I'm Kevin O'Connell.
Thanks for joining us today. So
We introduced ourselves this time.
I know. We gotta change it up a little bit.
Well, I mean, there's only two options, Dave.
I'm always like, hey, I'm here with Kevin O'Connell. It's like, okay, that's weird. But oh my God, this week, Kevin.
Stressful. Shock.
Oh gosh. So I'm not sure if you have. We'll just jump right into it, right? So
Well, we do have to do our housekeeping stuff.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so I'll do it real quick. So, welcome to the podcast, everybody. If you like the podcast and you're listening, so you must like it, check out our website at terrifyinglybeautiful.com.
We have some new artwork and some great show notes with additional content and links, so check it out.
I love the cartoons of us. We do look a little bit like Family Guy characters, specifically Quagmire.
Well, that's kind of our life.
He's a little pervy.
Okay, well,
so it's accurate, but they're really cute. So terrifyinglybeautiful.com, email us at terrifyinglybeautiful@gmail.com.
Gmail, correct.
And our Twitter and Instagram handles are terrifyinglyb. We post fun things about the show, and it's a great way for you to keep in contact and find a community of all the nervous folks out there like us.
Right. And we will be reading email submissions as well on our future podcast.
We've got some really good ones.
We do.
I know.
We do. Yeah, stay tuned. So, Kevin,
this
week.
This is the format starting? Okay.
Yeah, I am just so beaten down this week. So I'm not sure if you have been watching A Handmaid's Tale on Hulu.
No, I don't get Hulu.
You don't?
I don't get Hulu, no.
I'm surprised about that.
I know, I do
TV
Netflix.
and entertainment junkie.
I know.
Okay.
Netflix
No, it's not on Netflix. It's on Hulu.
How much is Hulu?
It's like the same thing as Netflix, like $10 a month or $8 a month.
I really need to get rid of cable and just have Hulu and Netflix.
Well, I have called our cable company like multiple times over the past year to cancel, and they always talk me into a richer package.
Oh, I know. Those people are like wizards. They
go, oh, free HBO for 6 months. That's like $4,000 when it expires. Yeah, sure, sign me up.
I know. Why do we listen to those people? Cable is like the biggest ripoff.
I have the HBO app. I can watch HBO on my... No, you pay like $10 a month for it, but it's the same you pay with your cable provider, right?
I feel like you could buy all those things. Hulu, Netflix, Showtime, HBO, like all the apps, and still pay less than what cable costs.
I think we're moving in that direction. You pay for what you consume, right?
Right, but I really want to watch like the Emmys and the Grammys and...
You can.
Like live?
You can get an ABC app. It's free, I'm sure. Or an NBC app. Yeah, of course.
Oh, somebody let us know about that.
I want to let go of my cable so bad. My fear is, though, that they're going to jack up the price of your internet connection, right? So right now, internet's sort of like included in the entire package.
The
but if you tease
bundling.
it out, it's going to be like $400 a month.
That's the biggest scam ever, the bundling.
And who has a landline phone nowadays? I mean, they have that still as an offering.
Oh, they shame you into keeping it.
Oh, yeah.
They literally go like, well, you could get rid of it, but it's only $6 a month. And what if you like fell in your house and 911 like can't find you with a cell phone? And I'm like, pretty sure they can.
It's a lame attempt at selling something. I have not had a landline phone in like, oh gosh, since like 2002.
Yeah, well, I paid for one for like 6 years and never had a phone connected to it.
Yeah, no, it's all just telemarketers anyways, so...
Are you really mean to telemarketers? I'm sorry, I just want to talk about that. Are you really mean to telemarketers?
No, I'm like so nice.
No.
It kills me. It's like, oh, let me listen. And you're like the whole time like, why did I take this call? Why am I just hang up? They don't know who you are. Just hang up.
That's the opposite of me. I treat them like less of a human being, like less than a human being. I know that it's a real person and it's a job and they have to do it.
It's a job,
and
yeah.
I'm in sales myself, but when they call me, they start in their spiel. I get like the meanest I've ever been in my life.
Really?
I'm like, if you call me again, I will eat your children. Like, not quite to that extent.
Well, someone told me that what we should do is say, hey, it's a bad time. Can I have your number to call you back? And, and you call them back like at 2 a.m.
That's like a Seinfeld routine.
Yeah.
I'll call you back when I'm eating dinner.
Yeah. You have a lot of Seinfeld references.
Do I?
Yeah.
Oh, I did watch that show
Remember
a lot.
Remember the sock fear I had about where my socks went in the dryer?
Oh, yeah, that was, yeah.
Okay, but, okay. Way off topic.
Sorry.
So, A Handmaid's Tale.
Yes.
So very quickly, for
I know
those
nothing about this show.
Okay, so for folks who haven't watched it, it's actually an adaptation of a 1985 novel from Margaret Atwood. It's this dystopian, it's this dystopian story about the U.S. gets overthrown by this sort of right-wing faction of the government, and they essentially enslave women to be like sex slaves.
Okay.
And it's like...
Yee.
So the reason why it's stressing me out is that I started watching it and...
Like all women?
Well, no. Only women who apparently whose lifestyle prior to this takeover were not aligned with like this like biblical something.
So like loose women with loose morals.
Like anybody who maybe had an interracial relationship or who had a kid out of wedlock, the kind of crap.
That's terrible.
And they are trained to be sex slaves for a man whose wife is no longer able to conceive. That's the whole purpose now of their existence.
So they're like baby makers.
It's crazy.
So I've seen like the preview. They're wearing like these red,
they call them wings, like a red like gown,
and like the Sally Field flying nun hat.
It's so weird.
Can they or can they not fly?
They can't fly.
Oh.
But anyway, so the reason why it's freaking me out is I love a good dystopian story.
Oh, you love that shit.
I loved like Divergent, and I love Hunger Games and The Giver and Maze
The books
Runner.
are always way better.
Way
than the
better.
movies.
Yeah, way better. But in those stories, you can tell it's science fiction, and you can kind of separate fiction from reality, right? But this series on Hulu is so realistic that it's like I watched the first 2 episodes and I was freaking out. I was like, oh my gosh, and then I turned on the news and there's some similar kind of themes. I go, oh my God, we're gonna be taken over. And Kevin, I cannot become a sex slave. So I am not. Look at my body. I'm not designed for this.
You would not look good in a swooping hat.
I can't wear those wing hats. Oh my God.
So wait, they only do women though, so you'll be fine.
Oh yeah. Actually, in the series, they actually kill all the gay people, so I'll probably be the first one.
Is that true?
They do. They hang them. And it takes place in Cambridge, Mass.
So it's kind of like they went Salem witch trials, modern, and then kind of went back to that stuff, like
it is
Puritanism.
It is fucked up, and it's so disturbing. I didn't sleep for like 3 days.
I bet all of their hair looks like shit with no gay people.
Oh yeah, I mean it's all like black and white and kind of like grayed out. It's very dark and
the Mad Men girl, right? Elizabeth Moss.
Yeah. She was also in West Wing as well. I think she played one of the daughters of the president.
Really?
Yeah, the First Family.
I never watched that show.
Yeah,
I heard I probably would like it, but
West Wing.
Yeah, I never watched it.
Oh, it's so good.
Now she's in a West Wing hat.
Oh God.
I can't help myself.
Well, I mean, I actually mistakenly went back against my own better judgment and watched the rest of the episodes. Only like 5 episodes that are released right now, and I have not really been able to relax since then. It's
so
that
you're
disturbing.
Really concerned that this could happen. This is what's stressing you out.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I've actually, even before watching this, the episodes, I had this sort of like latent anxiety about like our government being taken over by some right wing faction and like being enslaved and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's been a real fear of mine for a long time.
Well,
these episodes are just exacerbating that.
I think we're probably in the most politically charged era of our lives, and we promised we would not talk politics on this, but I kind of get that like people are worried about the future. I don't know about sex slaves in particular, but okay.
If I could pick my master, that would be like I'd be maybe okay with it, but like
they have masters.
I'm sure. Well, so they have these. So
they're like assigned.
These handmaids are assigned. They call them posts. They're posted in a family's house. They're assigned to a husband and wife, right? And the wife can't conceive, and they change their names. Like before the war, they may have had a name like Jessica or Cindy, but now they are named of. And then the master's name. So in this particular storyline, her name is Offred. So of Fred.
Like the color of her dress, Offred.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. And then her friend's name is Off Glenn because she is, or of Glenn. So she is of Glenn.
I feel like those are both ugly guy names.
I know. Can you
Fred
imagine?
and Glenn.
I'd be like, can you get a post that's like of like Dakota or
Dakota?
Of Clay?
It's gotta be like some really bad names. Like if your name was like Art, so you'd be O'Fart.
Oh my God.
Or
that's right.
Orville of Fourville.
Oh my God, no. Yeah, I'd have to like screen the names first and say, yeah, I'm gonna pass on that post. But
that's so weird.
Anyways, I just wanted to mention that because it's been like stressing me out all week, and now I'm like debating. Okay, so when the new episodes come out, do I watch them?
Maybe
or
it
do I
ends
just
well.
I should just watch like kittens and puppies or something.
Maybe it's happy at the end and like
O'Fart
overthrows them all.
No, I did a quick like Google of like how the book ended, and apparently it's not. It does not.
Well, don't spoiler alert, people.
I know, but like it's not the happy ending that anybody would probably hope for.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I was hoping for like Elizabeth Moss with machine guns.
God, that's like Divergent. This is too real.
So you're afraid of TV shows coming true. Okay. Any other TV shows you're worried that like might come true?
Not well. Yeah. The Walking Dead.
We're not doing a zombie topic right now. That would be
I'm telling you.
Hour. I watched an amazing zombie movie last night called The Girl with All the Gifts.
Oh my God, that was my nickname of high school gift.
Shut up.
It was.
Shut up. It was very good. New take on the zombie thing. Highly recommended by Kevin. Yeah, really good. And it had Glenn Close in it.
Where do you find it? Netflix?
No, it was like it was on DVD.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, okay.
I did like the on-demand thing.
Oh, cool.
But
Okay.
Glenn Close is in it. She looks real rough in it, though.
Really?
Yeah.
Is she a zombie killer?
She's like a doctor, like studying zombies, but it's really good. I promise.
Did you ever read Worldwide Z?
Yes, the book.
The movie was way different. I mean, it was like more like Hollywood, like
it had
big
nothing to
theatrical
just
crap.
the name.
But that was pretty disturbing too, because the way in which it was like a documentary.
Yeah.
Like, some kid in like India started to show signs of this illness, and then they were trying to map that to other occurrences or instances of other people who were suffering from the same thing, and it's like slow rollout of this apocalypse.
So many video games that just follow me when the zombies come. I will keep you safe.
Okay.
Yeah.
I do pretty good.
I have a plan with my best friend Christina. We're we have like a place in Montana, which we've chosen because it's the most like remote place in America. And we're going to meet there and just shoot our way to safety.
Wouldn't you go to an island?
Well, we're assuming we don't have the means to get to an island. I don't know how to drive a boat nor a plane.
Oh.
Maybe I'll keep Pete alive and throw you to the zombies.
Yeah, Pete already has a whole plan to go into the airport and like hijack. Because you can actually hijack a plane pretty easily.
Don't tell people this.
Not like a passenger plane, like a commercial plane, like one of those like little Cessnas that are parked out where the flight school is.
Yeah.
I guess you can just go inside of the cabin and kind of like cross some wires. And
Okay, let's not give people the tutorial of how to hijack a plane because you're going to feel real bad.
Oh, well, is there survival tips?
We have a listener in Moldova, and I don't know where that is.
Yeah, it's actually the Republic of Moldova.
It sounds like where Disney villains live.
Yeah, I have no idea. I saw that too. I was like, where is that?
We are getting so off topic.
Yeah,
Can I talk about my little weekly stress
please,
thing?
Yeah,
and it was
please.
a real
Take
little
my attention
thing.
Off this stupid series.
I know. It's the moment when you go to take your laundry out of the dryer that you panic that you've left chapstick in your pants.
It happens all the time. I carry chapstick all the time.
Exactly. Yeah.
All the time.
And they say it's addictive because like they put something in it to make it addictive, but that's not true.
I think it's true.
No, it's not. It's like a repetitive behavior. So, once I think there's something with psychology, and I should probably know this, but it's like once you do something 20 times, it's a habit.
No. So I'm convinced. Now, you're talking to like the chapstick expert here, right? I've been using chapstick every day since I was like 4 years old. Do you have that on a
business card?
No, but that's it's kind of my thing. So from my observation, my lips are dry, I'm craving the chapstick, I put the chapstick on, and like it provides relief temporarily, and then like 5 minutes later, they're actually worse than they were before I put the chapstick on. So they're clearly putting some kind of agent that dries your lips out and makes you want the chapstick even more.
Yeah, David, it's called vodka. Lay off.
No, it's not. It's like chat my lips.
Oh, it sure will. It's dehydrating.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe that's partly to blame, perhaps.
But have you ever left chapstick in the pants it will ruin an entire load of laundry.
Oh yeah, I mean it like melts down to this waxy substance and it gets all over the clothes.
Waxy substance.
Oh God, Kevin, stop correcting me. It melts down and it stains all your clothes.
Well, it really chaps my ass when that happens.
Is there ass chapstick?
Oh God, I hope you don't get those confused. Which one's my ass chapstick? And
what's this hair on my chapstick? Oh, so chapstick stressing you out. Interesting.
Well, just like there's that moment of did I or did I not remember to empty my pockets? Because I'll always find like a quarter rattling around in there.
I do like it when you find like a $20 bill comes flying out of your laundry pile or a $10 bill. It's like, oh, I didn't know that's in there.
That is amazing.
You tucked it into your pocket and you forgot about it. So it's like, ooh.
That goes in the beautiful category of life.
Yes.
When you put on an old jacket and there's a 20 in there, it's like...
You totally forgot about it.
It's like you hit the jackpot at the Bellagio.
I love it. That happens less on the chapsticks, by the way. But
yeah.
I could see that. Yeah. I mean, luckily, I don't do laundry very often. So, yeah.
You just wear dirty clothes. Or
That's right.
I don't know. It just does stress me out, that like little moment of did I do that? It's like, did I leave a candle going or the stove on? That kind of same level stuff.
Yeah. I'm a candle checker all the time before we leave the house. It's like, okay, all the candles out. And
I'm going to get you like a business card. This is David Robert, chapstick expert, candle checker.
Well, people already know that about me.
I'll take care of everything that's wax-based in my house.
All right.
Mine was much less exciting than yours.
Well,
but...
chapsticks, I love chapsticks, so I kind of
Do you like the tingly ones?
No, I get the medicated one. Like it's the blue one.
That's tingly, no?
No.
Oh, see, I like the ones that like tingle, like the Carmex. I like anything that makes me feel like I'm alive.
There was one that I got from a friend of mine who works for Sephora. He gave me a sample. It's called Sugar.
Oh, okay. That's probably for ladies.
Yeah, but it's so good. It's so good.
Is it flavored?
It's sweet.
Oh, well,
like sugar.
Hence the name.
That's good. Anyways, so my topic for this
Chapstick.
No.
I just really like that word.
And I know, but it's interesting because it's not something that I struggle with every single day, but when it does come up, it's like debilitating. Mm-hmm. And I think that those who are listening can identify because we all do this activity. It's part of our daily routine.
It's pooping again, isn't it?
No, it's not.
Go ahead.
I'm not sure if I told you about what happened to me last year. So I was, and it'll lead into the topic, okay?
Okay.
So I was, it was July 4th weekend. Mm-hmm. We had a great party at the house.
Yeah,
I was driving our friend Matt back to his home about an hour away from where we live.
Yep.
And we're on the highway, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I started to get sweaty and shaking and terrified that I was going to get into a car accident. And then
but
that weird...
nothing was happening in particular?
No, I'm just riding down the highway. And then all of a sudden my hands started to shake and I had this sensation of this tingling sensation that started in the top of my head all the way down to my toes.
A panic attack.
I could not... And my vision started to get blurry and kind of narrowly focused.
Oh.
And I was like...
That's not good.
Oh, Kevin... When I tell you, it came out of nowhere. My friend Matt's like, "Are you okay?" I said, "I have to get off the highway." I finally get off the highway. We go to some shopping plaza. I pull over, and it took a good 20 minutes for me to calm down. And then we were still a half an hour from his house, right?
So I know you still have issues driving on the highway. Is
Kevin? I could not drive to his house on the highway. I had to drive on back roads. And then I called Pete. I said, "Pete, I'm not sure what's happening. I had a panic attack on the highway and I can't drive home." And he's like, "You have to. I can't come get you." I said, "It's going to be back roads." It took me 3.5 hours to get home.
Oh my God.
That was in July.
So highway driving is the topic.
Yes. I could not drive on the highway, Kevin, on the highway only, until September, October of last year.
Okay.
So, and I can say that it has happened to me probably a half dozen times since I started driving back on the highway, and it just comes out of nowhere. And get myself amped up, so a truck will pass me, and it kind of startles me.
I was just gonna say it.
Or I see a truck that's in front of me that has a bunch of shit that's tied down, and I just
Final Destination.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh, and I just get myself all worked up, and the more I think about a panic attack, the more likely it is for me to happen, and I have to pull my car over on the highway.
Oh, that's probably more dangerous.
Exactly. I can't. And when the panic attack happens, it sounds so ridiculous, but when it's happening, it is super, super scary. I start to have these flashes in my head that I'm going to veer my car over quickly into the other lane and crash the car.
So it's going to be your fault.
So then I can't stop.
Gosh, okay.
So then I can't control that mental tick in my head that I'm going to actually veer into the other lane and crash the car, which makes me even more anxious.
So it's more you overthinking that something's going to happen. Have you ever been in an accident on the highway?
Never.
Okay. So it's more of the fear that something bad is going to happen.
Could happen.
So I do get that because you're going at a high speed. So if you are going to get in an accident, it's probably going to be worse than on a side road, right?
Yeah, but do you
have any statistics on this?
Yeah, so after I experienced that first initial panic attack in July of last year, I of course went online and Googled it, right?
Yeah.
And I Googled
highway driving.
Yeah, fear of driving or a panic attack on the highway. There are hundreds of online communities of people who experience the exact same thing.
Really?
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh, and I was reading the testimonies and the posts on these blogs.
I don't have this, so.
And all across the world. So I was reading stories from a lady in the United Kingdom who said that one day she was bringing her kids to school to drop them off, and then she got into a panic attack, and she had to take a train home. She parked her car, and her husband had to come and get the car later on because she couldn't drive on the highway.
Wow.
Others,
This guy
in Australia said that he was taking a road trip and he had a panic attack, and he has yet, it's 5 years ago, has yet to be able to drive back on the highway.
Well, see, this isn't good because this is what we're trying to get people past on this podcast of, realizing that fear is illogical and how to get past it.
Well, here's what I learned.
David, you know what stresses me out?
I can only imagine.
Well, this time it's skincare and beauty products.
Don't even get me started on that.
There's so many of them and you never know what's good. So I found this amazing website. It's called 1ambbeauty.com.
I know them.
You have?
Yeah, of course.
It's an amazing... They have over 1,000 products on there and it's all good stuff.
And they have skincare, hair care, accessories.
I know. I can think of 1,000 things that I would use on you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Funny.
But I just wanted to tell you, they are offering Terrifyingly Beautiful listeners a 25% off discount.
What?
Yeah, it's so easy. You have to go to 1ambbeauty.com and use the promo code BEAUTIFUL.
That's super generous.
I know, right?
I'm logging in right now.
Yeah, so go get beautiful.
I will.
Just try. Bye.
So after amping myself up even more by reading all these blog posts about people who couldn't drive.
We're super serious on this one.
Kevin, oh my God, it's so scary. So here's what I learned, and I think it's actually pretty helpful. So rationally thinking, nothing's going to happen, all right? So I'm not dying.
Yeah.
It's very common to have anxiety about driving.
Well, I hate that when if people are afraid of plane crashes or something, they say, well, you're more likely to get in a car accident. Like they always, whenever someone's scared about something, I know they always throw it back to car accidents.
Well, now you're more likely to be shot, right? I think like firearm fatalities have outpaced car accidents, yeah.
Oh, God bless America.
Isn't that crazy? Yeah. It's
wow.
I think last year is when firearm fatalities actually exceeded the number of fatalities on the highway.
This is why I don't ever cut anyone off on the road.
No. You never know what they have in their glove compartment.
I know. They got like a machete.
Yeah. No.
Yes, they're driving around with machetes.
So
everyone has. Literally, I think it's a statistic that like 60% of Americans have machetes in their Priuses.
That is bullshit.
No, it's true.
In their Priuses?
Yeah, all Priuses come with standard machete. Yeah, it's to make up for the lack of power on the car.
No, actually, Priuses have a lot of power.
I know. I used to drive a Prius.
I rented one time when I was on a business trip, and actually it was like pretty impressive.
So everyone just drive around with a bulletproof vest?
No. So
Sorry.
We're not helping at all. So
I'm going to help you through this.
So I learned that nothing's going to happen bad, right? So it's a panic attack. They're very natural, and there's a lot of people who actually suffer from this anxiety.
Yeah.
And that if you stop for a moment, like you're trying to bring your mind to a halt and sort of breathe deeply,
close your eyes.
calmly. Just close your eyes on the highway. Just breathe calmly, right?
Yeah.
And if you have to get off the highway and park for a few minutes, that's fine. But you have to try to allow logic to come into play, right? But
that's really hard.
Is going to happen to you.
That's really hard when you're in a ramped up mode.
It does work though, because even in the last week or so, I've been on the highway and I felt myself kind of getting on the verge, and I start to get amped up about it, which actually accelerates the panic attack. I've said, David, calm down, take a deep breath. Nothing's going to happen, right? And it allows me to sort of like get a different perspective. And
do you pull over still?
No, I keep driving.
I think that's safer. I mean, you obviously shouldn't have one where you shut down and like crash, but should you pull over on the side of the road or take the next exit? I guess if there's an exit available, maybe take that. It's probably safer.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of pulling over on the highway.
Yeah, also, we're not experts, so like look this shit up or ask someone.
Well, you always see those videos on YouTube of like people who pull their car over and then some crazy person that doesn't pay attention, they jam their car.
I know. I have a terrible story that I don't even want to share on this about a friend. Yeah.
No, don't. No.
Did you ever see those text stops on the highway? It's like, it can wait, text stop in 3 miles. It's like a place where you can pull over and text.
Like a rest area.
But no one uses that.
Well, they probably use it for a rest area, sure.
What are you resting there? You just...
What if you're tired? What if you're driving?
Oh, I have pulled over and napped a little bit.
I mean, we only use the highway here to go short distances, but what if you're driving up from Florida or from like DC and you're tired and you want to go you bathroom break? Or...
That's true. You get on a plane.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't mind driving long distances, and the highway does stress me out, especially what you said with a tractor trailer truck.
And think about getting stuck in between two of them.
Oh,
right?
that's a nightmare.
And you're like,
I will go 1,000 miles an hour to avoid that.
No, I'll slow down.
Oh, well, that's probably another
option.
option.
Let them go ahead of you. Yeah.
I just like to win.
Okay.
But I also feel like the lanes on the highway are too like narrow.
They are narrow.
I know it's probably not true, but in my mind, it just is enough to contain my car. Never mind, I always think that the side windows are going to get snapped off.
Yes.
With those Jersey barriers on the left.
I have no depth perception at all. So like when I'm parking a car, as an example, I think my front bumper is going to hit like the railing, and I get out of the car, I have like 19 feet.
We should probably tweet out whenever you're going to get on the highway so people can just stay away.
Yeah, exactly. Enter into that wave application, like stay off the highway. Dave was entering it, but I am getting better. But you're right about the narrowness of the lanes, because if you think about it, if I tend to kind of like lean toward the left side of the lane and you're in the lane next to me and you lean towards the right, you could be like inches apart.
I've never done that. I've never like hit anything with my side mirrors, but I feel like it's probably just a perception thing. You probably have way more space than you realize.
Yeah, it's probably true. Well, so the final point I wanted to make on this is that I'm actually kind of proud of myself, because it's the first real example of a what could have been a debilitating fear. And
I mean, you have to drive on the highway.
I had to. Kevin, in my job, I have to drive, right? So I was like, you have to figure out a way to get through this. And so I forced myself every day from that day in July on the highway. And even though I couldn't do it long term until like September, October, every day I went on the highway and tried it out.
Well, that's called exposure therapy, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
so you expose yourself in small doses to the things that you're afraid of, so that when you have little experiences where it's fine, it can overall seem like the normal experience will feel fine.
Yeah. You know what else stresses me out about driving is four-way stop signs.
Oh,
so every
that
day
moment of where are you? No, I'll go. No, you're okay. I'll go, and then
Yes.
I hate that because sometimes I border the line of being too polite. And
I'm the opposite.
Being too aggressive.
I'm like, I'm turning, get the hell out of my way. So I'm very aggressive at a four-way stop sign. I'm not aggressive usually, but because every day...
If someone goes and it's not their turn, like if you're at a 4 and like forward goes and then bottom goes and then left goes and then the person on the left goes again, I get murderous.
We have to find...
Like, it's not your turn.
Kevin, we had to find this illustration. I saw it on Facebook a couple of weeks ago, and it had a cartoon, and it had a four-way stop sign, and it had people like some turning, some going straight, and it said, "Who has the right of way?" Let's see how well trained you are as a driver.
That's the beginning of the Hunger Games, right? With that cornucopia at the beginning, and it's like, go.
So every day I have to drive through a four-way stop sign every day near Pete's work, and it is like, and it's usually right at rush hour time, so it's like 10 cars stacked up in all 4 lanes, right? And it's amazing how many people just don't know the order in which you're supposed to go.
Right.
And then you get like 2 cars in the middle of the intersection who are trying to figure out how to get around each other.
Sophie's choice.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not sure I know. I'm sure I studied it back in like 7th grade for the driver's ed thing, but...
Well, it is more complicated when you have, when the cars are jammed up. But if all cars arrived at the same time, then those who are going straight have the right of way, right? And those who are turning right are next, and those who are turning left, I think, are third, right?
But you can't have like if there's a bunch, you can't let all the people who are going straight keep going straight.
No.
You got to take turns.
Yes, that would be like, you kind of go clockwise at that point, right?
Shit you learn in kindergarten. Take turns and share the road.
I just push myself into the intersection and hope that everybody else stops.
I also hate those signs on the highway that are like, buckle your seatbelt for safety, and like they make you read it. I'm like, well, you just made me less safe making me read on the highway.
Well, now they have those like LCD panels, you know?
That's what I mean. And they put clever things up there, and it's like they make me angry and make me want to take my seatbelt off. No. I think I should be allowed to not wear my seatbelt. I know it's a law, but why can't I be as unsafe as I want to?
Well,
I can run with scissors, and that's not illegal.
Always a typo on those messages, right? So maybe it's because they need to abbreviate, but it drives me nuts. It's like, just spell it out. I
don't know. Seatbelts bother me, and that the dinging of the cars. I gotta find a way to disable that in my new car.
Dinging?
Yeah, when you don't wear your seatbelt, your car like freaks out at you.
Well, put your seatbelt on.
No, I don't like it.
You have to wear a seatbelt.
Wrinkles my shirt.
Oh my god!
I really don't like it.
Oh yeah, great. You'll be in the morgue. It's like, oh, what a great, nice shirt he has on. It's not wrinkled.
When my car goes over a bridge and I get trapped underwater from the seatbelt, then it's going to be your fault.
Use your machete to break free.
Oh, my mother-in-law for Christmas in my stocking this year, mother-in-law to be, sorry, gave me this thing. It's like a safety thing, and it breaks your window with one hit, and it comes with like this super sharp razor blade that cuts your seatbelt.
Okay, so first of all, what kind of... I mean, I have not met his mom yet, Jesse's mom yet. But
she's amazing.
A lovely woman. I can't wait to meet her. But like, what kind of... I mean, is she afraid you're going to fall off a bridge into the water?
She's like one of us.
Paranoid? Okay,
yeah,
okay,
she's one of us.
I totally get it. So I want that kit.
You want that kit?
Well, kind of.
Yeah, we'll get you one.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I mean, she always gets really nice gifts. So
There's nothing scary that when you see like a car, watching a movie and a car kind of goes off into the water and like the person's like stuck. You're right, stuck in the seatbelt.
Exactly.
And then there's water filling up and like they're barely able to breathe. It's like, holy shit.
Seatbelts kill people.
Stop, Kevin.
But I once forgot to bring a belt for a work meeting, and I went to buy a belt at like Target, like a cheap one, just to have like a belt, and it came with this plastic thing that I could not get off, and I used a little razor blade from the seatbelt cutter to open it. So I feel like it's already saved my life.
Do you know what kind of makes me a little bit upset is that when you're on an airplane and you're going, they make you kind of go through first class, and they're already seated because it's like, and in some of the larger aircraft, like long haul flights, they actually have like shoulder straps too in first class as a seatbelt, but you're in coach and you only have a lap strap.
If seatbelts are so important, why don't we make kids wear them on school buses?
Yeah, that's a whole debate that's going on right now. It's a whole big debate about whether to put seatbelts in.
Any school bus that hits the water, the kids should be fine.
Oh my God, don't say it. Don't talk about children dying.
No, I'm saying they'll be fine. They can swim out.
Oh, okay.
Because there's no seatbelts. No?
School
Did I get too dark?
A little too dark there.
That's where my mind goes.
But I mean, it is a good question about
there's no seatbelts.
When we have the stewardess on or the flight attendant on, hopefully soon. I want to ask about those shoulder straps. Why would you get more protection in first class than you would have in coach? It makes no sense to me at all.
I don't think a seatbelt, well, unless you flip upside down.
Oh God, that's happened before.
To you?
No, in airplanes, like Alaska Airlines. Remember that? Like 20 years ago, off the coast of California.
They went upside down.
Yes.
Oh my God, peanuts everywhere.
Google it. Yeah, there's my drink, my free complimentary beverage.
You'd be so upset about that. Flip back upside down and be like, "You're gonna hear about this on Yelp."
It was also the core theme of the movie with Denzel Washington called Flight.
Oh, I didn't see that. Wasn't he
where he
drunk?
was intoxicated and then the plane was going to crash and he flew upside down to the last minute and right before it landed, he flipped it back up right side and landed the plane.
Oh. No, I gotta see that now.
Yeah.
So then I can't sleep for a week. Thanks, David.
God.
I don't know. I want to be as unsafe as I want. Screw seatbelts.
I would advise you not wear a seatbelt. Please.
But why? Well, I can run around with my shoes untied. That's fine, right?
Yeah, but okay. So first of all,
but it's my own safety, right?
Okay, people, you go right ahead and not wear a seatbelt,
just so you can say I told you so.
No, click it or ticket.
I get upset about that. Why are they regulating my own personal safety? Why can't I be in charge of it? I feel like if I'm going to die from a car crash and I need a seatbelt to stay safe, then why are people allowed to smoke cigarettes?
Yeah, I can see your point because, I mean, if you are in a car accident with another car and they're belted, they're somewhat secure. So you're only putting your own life in jeopardy.
Maybe I guess if my body ejected onto the highway and then people hit it.
It's an insurance lobby thing. Insurance companies are probably like, no, we're not paying for these injuries, people getting ejected from the car. So like,
I'm just a rebel, David, and I'll never, ever be any good.
You're a rebel. Oh, my God.
Have you seen this thing that they sell called the Titty Bear? Tiddy? I'm not...
No.
Okay. It's a real thing. I'll post it on Instagram.
Where do you buy that?
It's like an as seen on TV thing, but it's for... It's clearly made for like women, where the seatbelts will like cut into their boobs.
Got it.
Yeah, Tiddy. But it's like a teddy bear that you slip onto the seatbelt that like gives you a cushion between the seatbelt and your
breast
and dim titties.
Oh my God.
but they're cute and like they show like kids putting it on. Like, hey, we're not total pervs. Look at this kid with one. Yeah,
I've never seen that before. A titty bear.
I'll buy you one.
Oh my God, that's why I need a titty bear. I can barely fit into my own seatbelt. But oh my God.
Yeah, I don't know, just another seatbelt related thing.
Where did you see that?
I like to watch
a commercial.
I love as seen on TV commercials. I love when the people like can't do everyday things. And it's like, has this ever happened to you? And I'm like, no.
There was one commercial where they were trying to like hawk some kind of water filter, like a Brita water filter or whatever. Yeah. And they always, because every one of those commercials, the whole premise is what is the fear or anxiety
all
we're going to
based
solve,
on a fear.
right?
Yeah.
And so they show this woman trying to lift up like a case of like bottled water, and she throws her back out. It's like, see, you can't be trusted. It's too dangerous to carry bottled water around. Use the Brita filter instead. It's like, oh my God,
your back sucks, and now you're thirsty.
Yeah, it's like, who made that? And these are like legitimate campaigns, right? So who the hell made that?
There it's working. I mean, there's always that section in the store where I love as seen on TV things. I haven't seen many that work very well, but except the copper pans. Fucking love my copper pan.
Really?
Yeah, it works really, really well.
I had this foot callus egg thing.
The ped egg?
Yeah.
That's the most disgusting thing ever.
I loved it. I don't have it anymore, but I used to use it like religiously.
You shaved your feet.
Yeah.
You're gross.
I love pedicures.
Did you ever do that thing? It's like a Japanese thing. It's these booties you put your feet in.
Oh.
And I forget what it's called. It's called like fruit something or other, fruit feet or something. And you put this on, and like the next day, like basically all of your foot comes off. Well, not all of it.
Yeah, the calluses kind of just fall right off. All that scaly skin.
I did it once, and it was really gross.
No, I think the most provocative thing I've done on my feet is that when I was in Thailand a couple of years ago.
Like a little geisha girl.
You put your feet in.
You did not do the fish thing.
Yes, I put my feet in a fish tank, and the fish come over and eat all the scaly
skin
off of your feet. I did. It was the thing to do. Everybody was doing it. It cost like $5.
I don't go in any body of water where anything can live.
Kevin, let me tell you, it was embarrassing because, like, we were watching some people do it beforehand, and the fish kind of like hovered around for like maybe 30 seconds. They kind of nibbled. I had every single fucking fish, and it was like they were chumming the water. I was like, oh my god, my feet are that gross.
Nasty.
It was like they were so aggressive that they were flopping out of the water. A couple of them flew out of the fish tank. I was like, I might be here for a while. But it actually worked.
Did they like bite? Did you feel them biting?
No, it felt like it just felt like pressure against your foot.
Ugh.
Like it tickled. Yeah, didn't hurt at all.
Fish feet.
Gross. It wasn't piranha. It was like
that would have done the job.
It was like this little sucker fish or whatever. Yeah, it was fun.
I'm surprised you did that, David.
I'm surprised I put my feet in a fish tank where other people's feet were already in there.
I have a little bird that comes and picks between my teeth like a crocodile.
I can hear it in the other room, actually. But yeah, that's probably the craziest thing I've done. But I do love a pedicure.
Yeah.
It's nothing better than having your feet just like relaxed.
Don't like it. I don't like to be touched.
Does it tickle?
No, I just don't like people touching me. I feel like they're judging me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, you gotta put that behind you and just say, yeah, my feet are kind of, they're rough right now, but that's why I'm here.
Then that's what you need to do with your highway fear. I haven't helped you through this yet.
I told you, I do kind of take deep breaths and I try to, like, even though my mind rarely goes in the logical direction, it's more on the irrational direction, but I am training myself to sort of like calm down, David.
So you've helped yourself through this?
A little bit. It still happens to me.
You don't need me.
No, bye. Bye-bye.
Well, I think, I think you did the right thing, which is just, you've identified the fear, but you've also identified the irrationality of it, right?
But I'm wondering if anybody's listening who has had this fear, if they've overcome it as well, and what have they done, right?
Because I know people who will not drive because there's that kind of fear.
That's how I felt in July. I was like, I can't drive. I will never drive again. I was so upset that this was happening. I was like, how is this happening?
No, there's too many awesome places to see and things to do to let that limit you.
Too many escape rooms to do.
Yeah, and no one's wealthy enough to have a driver. That's the dream, right? I just want to be Miss Daisy.
Oh my God. Well, you have Uber.
Yeah, that can get pricey though.
No, it's really expensive.
I'm guessing it's probably cheaper than a personal Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Anyways,
but I'm proud of you.
Thank you. I'm proud of myself.
Do you always drive in the left lane or in the slow lane?
Well, so
if you're the person who drives in the slow lane, slow in the left lane, you need to go.
Yeah, I know.
I will
admit that I do before the panic attack, I was that sort of person that parked myself in the left lane, in the fast lane, and just went with the flow. So, and I would pull over, but I wouldn't pull over and then stay there. I would always get back in the left lane and kind of like just follow the traffic, right? So,
yeah.
But now, since the panic attack, I tend to hover more towards like where the exits are, in case I have to get the hell off the highway.
Yeah. I would really like it if they had like certain hours that tractor trailers could drive through, or they had their own special roads.
They have to have that. Well, there are some highways that are known, like if you're going like down in the Midwest and the South, they have highways that are like they're like notorious for heavy truck traffic, right? So like Route 87, I think. And I don't know, but it is shocking to me how many huge vehicles are on the road. Mm-hmm. If you get hit by, you're dead.
Oh, without a doubt.
Oh my God, it's horrible.
Oh, we're really bringing this back.
Yeah, sorry, I'm getting anxious again. I won't be able to drive home.
Yeah, I just kind of wish they would leave alone. Some of them are really aggressive.
And they are driving for long periods of time.
And have you ever seen the "How's my driving" thing? Have you ever called one of those?
No, I thought about it a couple of times.
Me too.
It's like the hotline.
Let's do it. Let's put that on our list.
We should.
And then you can never, like, you have to give a fake name, like Ofart.
Yeah,
just because otherwise, I feel like they're gonna hunt you down on the road, like that movie Joyride.
Oh God, that movie. Yeah.
Candy cane.
Oh,
great flick.
Yeah. Let's do it. Let's call them.
Yeah. So, you're going to finish The Handmaid's Tale.
Well,
I'll see. I
have not made my decision yet, but I may. I hate to start a series and not finish it, so I may finish it off, but it's going to cost me. I know it's going to get me all jacked up and amped up.
Right. Well, yeah, we have a plan now. You're going to finish that, and you're gonna just enjoy it for what it is, not worry about it being real.
Yeah.
You're going to drive on the highway like a big boy.
I'm going to try. Yeah. And I told you I do every day. I force myself to, so that this fear doesn't anchor itself. I don't want it to anchor itself to my mind or my psyche, and then have it be a disability.
I'm going to continue to keep myself unsafe, except for my chapped lips.
I can't believe it. Oh my God, that chapstick again.
I brought it all together.
No, check your pockets before you put your laundry in the washing machine.
Yeah, I'm very busy.
Doesn't Jesse handle that for you? Like, have him check your pockets. He's pretty, he's super organized.
Yeah, he's better with the laundry than I am.
Yeah, I just dump everything. I don't even separate colors or I just throw it all in.
He's so sweet. He always keeps my wallet in the same place because I would lose it all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I lose shit all the time.
So here's the tip of the day. Get yourself a partner who will take care of the things that you're bad at.
Well, that's the whole point, right?
Oh, nice.
That's the whole point. I mean, yin and yang, right?
You're getting real close to sex slave again.
Oh, God. No, I'm telling you. Well, I'm
going to buy you a swooping hat.
Maybe it's not all that bad. We'll see. Nice. I'll weigh back in after I finish the whole series, and then I'll let people know how I feel about it. But right now, it's a significant source of anxiety for me. But
I feel like we made progress today.
We did.
Yeah,
I think so.
Good job, of David.
Thank you, of Kevin.
And remember, everybody, life is crazy.
You don't have to be.
You sure don't.
All right, we'll talk to you later.
Stay safe. Wear them seatbelts.
No seatbelts. Yeah, seatbelts. Yes. Oh my God, Kevin. Don't kill our listeners. Bye.